Hi Jim, we usually start by looking ahead to the next match, but we've not actually caught up with you since the last match. Can you get your thoughts on the win at Queen's South, please?
Yeah, I mean, it was a terrific win. A very difficult match. I thought it was a very open match. I thought both teams, went toe to toe. And in the kind of period where we were in control, we managed to score two fantastic goals, and that gave us really the opportunity to win the match. But as I mentioned in the press after it, we had to be thankful to Derek Gaston, who had two phenomenal saves really in the second half, particularly one in the last minute from a header, and that secured all 3 points for us. So overall, a difficult match. We played well at periods and defended very well for the majority of the second half.
Jai obviously got the assist in the goal. It was a special goal as well.
Yeah, I mean, his goal was a typical piece of individual brilliance from Jai. We saw it last season in the early part a couple of times, whereas he picks the ball up and the first thing he thinks is can I get at defenders and influence the game. And when it left his foot, right in the top corner. So an outstanding goal at any level. And I was also delighted for Ross Forbes getting his first league goal of the season as well. A terrific finish. Ross made it look easy, but it certainly wasn't easy because there was about 3 players in front of him, and he just bent the ball in and took the pace off the ball. So 2 good goals. We hit the bar as well. We had a couple of other opportunities in the first half. As I said, in the second half, it was really about being organised and disciplined and trying to see the game out, and we managed to do that.
Described it as an outstanding result to me. I spoke to you the other day.
Yeah, because Greenock South are a very good side. I mean, they've been on good form. Some terrific players. Again, to me, Stephen Dobie's just an absolutely superb player at any level, but particularly in the Championship. And so you've got to contend with that. And as I said, they've got a real good balance about their team as well. So to go down and come back with the 3 points, I think it was it made it a really enjoyable weekend.
Just before we move on to the Dundee United game, there was the Queen of the South under-20s game. It was pretty astonishing game, the 6-4 and the 4-1 up. And just wondered, you were obviously there, I just wondered your thoughts on that, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, again, there was a lot of naive defending from both teams really. They had a young defence and we had a young team obviously other than Darren playing. So it's all about learning. But we played some terrific football at times. Obviously, they had someone like James McFadden scoring 4 goals, and that's a fantastic experience for young players. You don't come up against players like that very often in your career, and he still showed that he's still got that wee bit extra quality at times. And to play against a player who's played at the very top level, I think is a fantastic experience for them, and hopefully they can learn from that. But it was a very end-to-end game, and with a bit of a contentious decision as well, which I think turned the game in favour of Queen of the South. But overall, we'll look at these things. Darren will give the players the advice I think they require, and as I said, it's all about experience.
It's back-to-back league wins now, getting into the game at Dundee United.
Yeah, and again against teams that we say week in week out. I've said to you many times, there's no surprise in this division. You look at the division and someone says, "Oh, this team won or that team won." There's no surprise. But to get those 2 wins against Infirmary Queen of the South was great for us. The boys should be confident, and you go up to Tannadice knowing it's one of the toughest places in domestic football, not just in the Championship, but at any level. If anybody draws Dundee United in a cup tie or anything like that at Tannadice, you're in for a very difficult match. So we fully expect that, but we'll go up there and in good form, with a bit of belief, and we know we've got to play at our very best again. But if we go up there and go about our business, then there's every chance we can come back with some points.
Dundee United, what teams played?
6 times, I think, 6 or 7 times we were here.
2 playoffs, League Cup, quarter final as well. So
yeah, 7 times. Yeah.
Familiar. Do you expect it to be much different this season?
Yeah, obviously they've changed it around a little bit. They lost Murray and I think Tony Andrew and guys. And there was a lot of goals. And Ray's been saying it's going to take a little bit of time for these new guys to gel. But you get players like the quality of Scott McDonald, James Keaton, Paul McMillan. Again at the top end of the pitch, very good. They've still got guys like Edgin Gelly and Durham, Toshney at the back. So that they're still a very experienced side. And a very strong side, and they've got that little bit of quality at the top. So when they click, I think they'll still be a force to be reckoned with in this division. But they're still, a little bit inconsistent in the moment, and obviously we're hoping that stays that way for the foreseeable future.
Andy Murdoch was missing at Queen of the South. Is he going to be back? And have you got any other team news, Jim?
Yeah, Andy had a calf strain he picked up on Thursday at the training, and we thought he would be okay, but it just couldn't settle down at all. So we couldn't take the risk of aggravating it. And obviously Robert Thompson as well with a chest infection. So you know, he only phoned me really on the Saturday morning to say he felt okay, because we weren't actually even going to take him down with us. So he ended up on the bench. But both of those players are feeling a lot better this week. So you know, other than Lee Kildare, who's now back training with the boys at a certain level, you know, still not full yet, but delighted to see Lee back in amongst the guys again. So other than Lee, everyone else is okay.
Excellent, Jim. Thank you very much for your time. We'll look at Tannadice on Saturday.
Thanks very much.